What's the darkest thing your therapist has ever done? I was sitting in my therapist's office when she told me, "Girl, you need to break up with your man." We were in the middle of talking about my childhood. We had barely even talked about my relationship, so it seemed like her suggestion came out of nowhere. "What do you mean?" I asked. "My boyfriend has only ever been good to me." She stared at me with serious eyes. I've seen this with clients before. They think their problems are coming from their past, when really the source is right in front of their faces. I felt frustration building in my chest, and I had to stop myself from snapping. "But my boyfriend is perfect," I argued. "Just last week, he took a 3-hour bus to my job just to bring me soup when I texted him that my throat was starting to feel scratchy." She shrugged her shoulders. "Okay, but he keeps a period tracker app on his phone for me," I interrupted, "just so that he can have my favorite chocolate and microwavable stuffed animal ready for me." "What the hell are you talking about?" I was more confused than anything else. It's like it came out of nowhere. She took a deep breath and stood up. "Looks like our session is over. See you next time." She led me out of her office, and I felt more confused than ever. Our session had 20 minutes left. As soon as I got home, I asked my mom to ask what she thought of what happened. Despite my childhood, we were pretty close, because I know she was just doing her best to raise me with what she knew at the time. "Hey honey, what's up?" Her cheerful tone immediately lifted my spirits. "Mom, my therapist just told me to break up with my boyfriend Caesar, and I have no idea why. I never even said anything bad about him." She was silent for an extremely long time, like she was thinking of the right words to say. Then she finally spoke. "Honey, I think you should listen to her. It sounds like she knows what she's talking about." "Mom, what are you talking about? Just last week you told me that me and Caesar should be together forever." I don't know what else to say. Her voice sounded shaky now, but she cleared her throat to sound more confident. "Just listen to your therapist. I'm going to bed." She walked out of the living room and walked straight to her bedroom. It was only 5 p.m. I was left to sit there trying to organize my thoughts. What the hell was going on? This was only my third session with the therapist, and it felt like she was making my life worse instead of better. I was ready to put my foot down. I called my therapist and demanded that we have an emergency session the next morning. She seemed hesitant until I told her I'd sell her $400. The next morning, we met in her office. I didn't even tell my mom I was going. As soon as me and my therapist sat down in her office, I said it. "I'm done. You're fired. I'm looking for another therapist." I don't know what I expected her to say. Maybe to ask why, or to look sad. But no. Instead, she buried her head in her hands and started tweaking out. "Fuck!" she screamed at the top of her lungs. "How did I mess this opportunity up? It was so much money." I was confused because I was only paying her $20. I stared at her blankly. "What the hell? I may as well just come clean, I guess," she interrupted. "I'm not a real therapist." My eyes bulged out of my head as she continued. "I'm your mom's coworker. She paid me to pretend to be your therapist for $800 and tell you to break up with your boyfriend." Suddenly everything made sense. My mom had recommended this woman to me, and that's why she was only $20 a session. Before I could ask why, the fake therapist explained, "Remember when your mom went on a mysterious trip last week?" I nodded. "She was out screwing your boyfriend, and they both felt guilty about it. So they were trying to get you to break up with him using me, a fake therapist." I vomited in my mouth. "My mom did what?" My fake therapist looked down at the ground. I stood up. "Did you know my boyfriend is only 15? I asked her. My fake therapist went pale. What? No, I had no idea. Your mom told me you were both 18. We called the police. Long story short, my mom is in the same prison as Diddy."